With this build?
This one's gone absolutely fine.
Hi, I'm James. I'm the production manager here at Process Vision.
Hi, my name's Wayne Harvey. I'm the production operative here at Process Vision.
I've worked for Process Vision for 8 years now. I started as a design engineer and basically really liked the build side of the business, being an engineer and hands-on. I run the day-to-day operations of the production side of the business. So that will include goods inwards, stores, warehousing, and then onto production build, testing and all those elements, and then also the goods outwards and customer fulfillment. I work closely with Wayne. Wayne's our production operative, and basically managing the flow of work through to Wayne, and I get really stuck in and involved too.
The roles tend to sort of spread over different areas of the business, so there's a logistical element to what I do in terms of the booking in, the goods out side of things. So everything that comes through the door, I'm responsible for checking. There's some quality inspection aspect. Everything gets booked in via the MRP, subsequent warehouse control, goods, kitting. Could be something that I'm working on currently in terms of the build. I mean, I'm involved with all the different products, you know, from the LineView 110 to the 300 to the Discovery system.
So some days we might be very busy with building and like customer fulfillment. So even then I'll come down and give Wayne a hand with the build elements. Obviously lots of scheduling of works orders and the things that we're building. And then, yeah, that's a good sort of summary. This is the production space. So basically, we've got our goods inwards. So the flow of parts and materials comes in through into goods inwards. Parts get booked in through our MRP system and then eventually find their way into our stores. So if I show you the stores. So this is our dedicated parts store, STO1. We have dedicated bins for all of our smaller components. So each bin will have a dedicated component that's reserved for it, and any parts and materials that come into stock through our MRP system will get given a dedicated batch reference number, and a label will be stuck on the bag, and then the parts go into store. That means that when we go to use the parts and materials in product, we've got full traceability. On the top, we're storing all of our PPE bins. So each person that might go out onto site will have boots and coats and PPE that they'll use. And then a little walk through and round to here. This is our larger stock and material area. Basically, we store the larger parts that won't fit in the small blue bins on this side. So these are our discoveries. The discoveries are actually region specific. They have different routers in, and depending on where they go in the world, we put a different router in. So they're stocked actually at a level where they're not configured with a router, and then we can get one of these off the shelf and then basically open it up and install the correct router for the region that it's going into. We do have a little bit of dedicated space here for kitting. So when we pair a works order to a kit box, we'll allocate parts and materials. In production, we utilize 3D printing quite a lot nowadays. So any products that need protecting, we can now easily create little fixtures and holders to protect components that are vulnerable, and keeps them dust free and stops them banging around while they're in a box if they're getting moved around. And then we have some finished goods as well. So once parts and materials are built, they go into boxes and will go on the shelf ready for customer orders. So we've got our production build benches. Basically, when parts are being built and manufactured, we'll use these two benches. We've got a couple of screens dotted around the place where we can pull up our work processes and procedures. Wayne's using our build procedure platform, which we're using Confluent. So if you could demonstrate or show a procedure, Wayne.
Sure. Yeah, so basically for every different product, even all the small items that we build, we have its own Confluence procedure. It's basically a DPI, detailed process instruction. And each one is typically laid out the same, so once you know what you're looking for, you can find it in the index, and that will take you straight to the build instructions. It'll tell you the different tools that you need in order to do the job, and then it will set out step by step in a logical, clear progression how to perform the tasks in order to get that particular job done. And this is a fairly simple one of spares and tools kit. So as you can see from the beginning, you'll have the title, there'll even be a link to the drawing, so you've always got a reference point in order to look at.
And yeah, we've got all the tooling required to basically be able to build all of our products. Wayne, tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
So here we have our selection of torque drivers of varying torques and different bits to cover all the different processes that we do in production. The idea is that you can just instantly grab the required torque setting that you need for the job, put it with the bit, and you're good to go.
Once things are all built and manufactured, we will configure them on the config bench behind you, and then once all those items are built, if they require testing, we've got some dedicated test bays, which I'll show you in a minute. So this is our dedicated pressure test rig. These are temperature controlled bays, each with a pressure test flange, which will connect to our camera can. This is a high pressure nitrogen cylinder, which will enable us to pressure test each of the 3 bays that we've got here, to test basically that the product is leak tight and suitable for use in the field. So we've got a dedicated area here. This is the WIP area, so work in progress. These are basically all the projects we've got working on, and once the works orders are complete, they'll go towards the goods outward side. Yeah, so this is our production build area. This is where we build most of the production accessories and components for our system. Wayne's just doing the final checks on a discovery unit actually. He's just looking at the wiring and ensuring everything's all good to go.
And it looks
and it's good to go.
Good to go.